Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe, and to my returning subscribers, you guys are the best. Today we'll be discussing about the blood flow through the heart, and guess what? We have a visitor here who is going to assist us in that. Welcome there. Thank you. My name is Uzuguchi Omavita, and my name is Vita. Okay, let's go there. I'll be discussing the structures of the heart with you, in explaining the blood flow through the heart. I'm going to show you the structures of the heart which will be needed for the explanation of the blood flow through the heart. So, in the heart, we have the right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle, and because the left ventricle pumps blood, oxygenated blood through the whole body, the walls are very, very thick, and on the right side, between the right atrium and right ventricle, we have the tricuspid valve, which is also known as the right anterior vestibular valve, and between the left atrium and left ventricle, we have the mitral valve, which is also known as the left anterior vestibular valve, and we have the pulmonary valve. We have the pulmonary arteries and pulmonary vein. Generally, arteries carries oxygenated blood, while vein carries the oxygenated blood, but in pulmonary circulation, it's reverse. That is, reverse is the case. The pulmonary artery carries the oxygenated blood, while pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood, and we have the aortic valve. The blood in the left ventricle passes through the aortic valve to the aorta, where it now enters the arc of aorta and now circulates through the body. But we have three great arteries: the brachiocephalic artery, which divides into the right common carotid artery and right subclavian artery. We have the left subclavian artery, and we have the left common carotid artery. She have described the structures of the heart for us. Let us recap what she said. She told us about the right atrium and the right ventricle, the left atrium and the left ventricle. She also showed us the difference between the tricuspid valve and the mitral valve. Okay, blood flow through the heart. Acronym for the blood flow through the heart is tissue, paper, mind, assets. See it on the screen. So the tissue stands for the tricuspid process, that is the blood going through the right anterior vestibular valve. Vita here have just explained that to us. So paper stands for pneumonic process, that is the blood going through the pulmonary valve to the lungs and all that. And my asset, the mitral valve, going to the left anterior vestibular valve, and the aortic valve. This is when the blood goes to pass through the aortic valve and goes to the arc of the aorta. We reached there. Okay, so the oxygenated blood blood without oxygen from the superior and inferior vena cava empty itself into the right atrium. The heart, the right atrium, contracts, and the blood, the oxygenated blood, passes through the tricuspid valve, which is also known as the right anterior vestibular valve, to the right ventricle. The right ventricle contracts and pumps the deoxygenated blood, which passes through the pulmonary trunk and is being carried by the pulmonary artery into the lungs. You know, artery carries oxygenated blood, while vein carries deoxygenated blood. But in pulmonary circulation, pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood, while pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood. So when the deoxygenated blood, which is being carried by the pulmonary artery, reaches the lungs, and there is exchange, the carbon dioxide in the blood goes out, while oxygen enters the blood now becomes oxygenated. The deoxygenated blood becomes oxygenated, and it's now being carried by the pulmonary vein into the left atrium. The left atrium contracts, and the blood, the oxygenated blood now passes through the mitral valve, which is the left atrioventricular valve, into the left ventricle. Left ventricle, which is multiple because it pumps blood into the aorta, which is now circulated through the whole body, or the whole system rather. So it's the left ventricle is multiple. The walls are thick, very, very thick. So when the left ventricle contracts, the blood, oxygenated blood, it passes through the aortic valve into the aorta, that is the arc of aorta, and three great arteries emanate from the arc of the aorta, which are the brachiocephalic artery, which further divides into the right common carotid artery and right subclavian artery. The second one, which is the left subclavian artery and the left common carotid artery. So you can see it's as simple as that. We want to thank Vita here that help us in explaining the structures of the heart, which make it easier for us to understand the blood flow. Tissue paper, my asset. I want to thank you for this great opportunity, for inviting me to this interview to share my knowledge. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we have more interesting video which are made easy for you.